All right. It's not the pregame. We're doing something a little different. I didn't get to do the pregame here recently as much as I'd like to, but to make it up for all of you, I'm cooking. So I got on Threads the other day and I was like, okay, I want to make breakfast tacos. I want to make breakfast tacos for All Out. Because it's a good matinee daytime show, and I love tacos, and I love breakfast food. Don't really need to explain that, I don't think. And some coffee in there. So I put up a poll, and I was like, okay, do I want to do bacon or sausage or chorizo? And the overwhelming sentiment was, why not all three of them? So we're doing meat madness breakfast tacos today. I've never done quite. I've done all three of them separately. I've never put them all together. So we're gonna see how this goes. Let me get everything going here. All right. Ground sausage. Good old bacon. Chorizo. And I got the double camera set up here too. And we need eggs. And I've got taters. Which camera do I want to? You see it. No. Put those back in the freezer. Leave those out just yet. Well, no. You can try to cook better. Anyway, if you're tuned in, let me know how the volume sounds. I got a microphone behind me, but I don't know if it picks up very well when I'm turned. Let me pop that open. The chat open. There we go. Now I can see that. Okay. Let's get everything in order and in place where I want it. Getting this bacon going, and I'm checking my messages here. Yeah, I'm doing the scissor trick here. I don't know why it took me so long to realize that really is the way to go with the bacon. Just cut the thing in half. Let me just put some of it up for later. Oh, it's so close to fitting. Get it in a little baggie. Or get it in this little Ziploc bag here. No. I don't know if that's gonna fit. Maybe. Okay, that's good for now. I'll come back to that later. Only going to use probably about half of each of the chorizo and the sausage. So I'll cut those in half as well. And get my burner on, get that warmed up while I'm doing all this. Probably should have done that earlier, but I didn't because of who I am as a person. Do love a Ziploc bag. And get that chorizo cut into as well. About half. Only about half. Who's in? Oh, hi Pippin, how you doing? Sorry, it's gonna be hard for me to see the chat, but I'm gonna try to check in as much as possible. This is my favorite thing about all this is interacting. Okay, get these in the fridge. All right, cool. We got our meat set aside here, getting this warmed up. Get a little bit more coffee handy dandy cold brew French press. I love this thing. Okay. That's just the Aldi Donut Shop coffee. I don't need fancy things. Simple man. But I do love pumpkin spice. Oh, we got that. Oh, Pippin, you're doing pay-per-view wings. What flavor you getting into today? Let's see. Fix up the coffee a little bit. I don't really have a distinct pay-per-view food, except probably hummus. I don't know why hummus and pita chips are just the thing I always crave on pay-per-view days. They definitely have that on standby. Let's see if we can get a little hotter. Let me get my eggs going too. I like to clean as I go, but I'm probably not going to be able to do that and pay attention to all the other stuff I got going on here. Right. I do, for this amount of meat that we're dealing with today, probably going to do 4 eggs. And I know people don't like to hear this about scrambled eggs, but it'll give me some leftovers. It doesn't bother me to eat. Some people get weirded out about reheating eggs, but it doesn't really affect me much. I don't know what the issue is. This is just a mess. These are super stringy. Get the chills out of the way. All right. Oh, who else we got jumping in here? Howdy, misfit mess. Pippin is still undecided about wing flavors. There are so many. I have, in my older age now, really begun to appreciate dry rub wings. Because I don't like the sticky fingers anymore. Like a nice, just crusty dry rub on a good piece of chicken. Oh, that's a good coffee too. All right, so I got my eggs in here. Spice them up a little bit. Salt, pepper. I am thoroughly Texan and also partly part of my family's from Memphis. So I've got that southern I measure with my heart. Not with little spoons or anything. I think anybody that needs exact measurements on spices and seasonings is either a baker or a cop. I don't make the rules. I don't like to see them. We've got salt, pepper, a little garlic powder, and I'm going to do a little splash of milk. And I mean just a little splash. Oh, curry flavor, something to Cajun. Oh, nice. Yeah, those sound real good. Oh, I need to mix these eggs up and do that. Fork. I don't know how that sounds on the microphone. A little anti-ASMR. Ooh. Check the chat here on the big laptop. Go on stream. What makes the eggs fluffy? It does indeed. It does indeed. I could do without it, but I have the option. I'm always doing a little splash of milk in there. Let's get some bacon going here. Okay. Look at that. I have washed my hands previously, so I'm not even alone eating this. So good. Need my little stir. On there. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Need a little bit more bacon than that. I don't want to use an entire half a rasher of bacon here, but I don't know how much of this brand cooks down. Feels a little, per the brand, it feels a little thinner than I usually prefer. So we're going to see what it does. There we go. That's probably good. Yeah. Six half strips of bacon there. And it's coffee time. I don't know if anybody was in when I was asking earlier. Let me know how the audio sounds. I got a mic, like I said, I got a mic behind me, but I don't have any microphone source here. I'll be a little quiet while I do the bacon. You gotta keep an eye on it. So a wiser man than me once said, or it could have been a woman, I don't know where the quote came from. A wiser person than me once said, eternal vigilance is the price of good bacon. And I believe that. I fully believe in that. I don't like burnt bacon. Oh, cool. Audio's good? Awesome. I don't like burnt bacon. I like my bacon basically just cooked enough to be edible. I know that probably sounds gross, but I like it kind of fatty. Kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? You know what I mean. I think that goes well in breakfast tacos. Nice fatty bit of bacon. I don't want burnt, chunky, crisp bacon bits in my taco. See if these are ready to flip. Flippity do that. Yeah, this is going to be good. Look at that. Oh, I'm excited for this. Pippin. Oh, up in your dog building Lego set. What set is it? I love Legos. I just can't afford them because, all the eggs I bought. Fluffy bacon is the best. That is true. Give this a little more time. And basically, you cook the bacon first. You can just throw everything else in there. By the time you're done, you've got enough oil naturally built up in the pan. I put the potatoes right in there. Get those going. Those are almost done. Dump the eggs right on top. Fluff them. Serve it. Go. I'm really big on single pot, single pan meals. Anything I can do to dirty up just one baking dish thing, I'll find a way. Some people call it lazy. I call it efficient. Oh, it's a unicorn Lego. Nice. Right. Get my bacon plate ready. Transfer this over. Goodness. I've wasted a lot of things in my life. Most of my life, honestly. But I'll never waste bacon grease. Get this on a plate to cool. Oh, yeah. Plate of bacon. A piece I wanted to give a little bit longer too is on the outside. Get in there, buddy. All right. Nice greasy pan. We go in with, what do I want to do next? I'll go with the sausage. Start getting that in there. Just good old mild ground sausage. Come on. Oh, I forgot this thing was so flimsy. Okay. There we go. Yeah, I should have mushed that up a little bit before I dumped it in the thing there. But oh well. Worst things have happened. I'll do the rest of it correctly. There we go. That stuff in there. Good. Fatty ground sausage. Wash my hands again. You know I'm washing my hands because the microphone's right next to the sink. Yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot of sausage, but we're going to mix it in there with that chorizo and bulk it out quite a bit. Now, this is probably, if you're not me, this is the most annoying part. Or if you're not doing it yourself, because you just hear this tap, 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 tap. But taking the edge, your little spatula there, and just really dice up that meat, any kind of meat you're putting in the pan. I know I used to deliver to Pflugerville. So I don't tell people this much anymore, but I think I actually invented Grubhub and Postmates and Uber Eats and all that kind of thing. Because probably about 5-6 years before all that started popping up everywhere, I was talking about really need taco delivery. I just want a place that would deliver tacos. And I had some people agree with me. They're like, well, why don't you start it? I'm like, well, because I mean, to bring stuff from tacos to sometimes it was like, oh, I need tacos, but I also need allergy meds or something random, a Gatorade or something like that. Cold brew, whatever. And then lo and behold, like a couple years later, all those delivery services started popping up. So you're welcome. But as far as getting me delivered to Pflugerville, I mean, I live right between Dallas and Fort Worth. Probably 20 minutes either way. And I don't even go to either one of those half the time. I'm just a very, wherever I live, I find about a 2-mile radius of places that I'll go to. I don't know why I got like that either. I used to always be down to go drive 10, 12 miles to get to a place I wanted to check out or whatever. Now I find the nearest 2 restaurants and a good dive bar. I just sort of lock in there until I move again. All right, that. Ooh, yeah. I can't imagine what this smells like to anybody else. My sense of smell has been pretty much damaged for 10 years now. From my old job, when I was working as a screen printer, we had a whole bunch of different spray adhesives and chemicals and all kinds of things that would just get into your respiratory system. And my sense of smell's been pretty well numbed since, I don't know, 2010s, something like that. But I can smell this, and it smells incredible. So I imagine it's going to taste pretty good. Did you look at that? Look at that. Oh, buddy. Yeah. All right. Do a little cleanup while that sits. Got the temperature coming down a little bit. but not too much. What else we got here? Don't need that anymore. I didn't want to use two spatula turner thingies, but here we are. Okay. So I'll show this again. Got tons of good grease in there for the taters. I just need to get this into a receptacle. There we go. Bowl. You notice I didn't season the sausage, so I'm going to put that chorizo in there was going to do the trick for me. I don't like to over-season. I did just say, like, I measure with my heart when I do the seasonings, but I don't like to over-season. Skewered Universe, the only adult chef on the internet. I mean, yeah. I mean, Guy Fieri is older than me, but I wouldn't call him an adult. All right. Getting these potatoes in there. Potatoes O'Brien. Diced potatoes with onions and peppers. You need some veggies. Back to the original turner there. Tricky thing about doing the potatoes is they do cook down quite a bit. I'm going to turn that heat back up some too. Potatoes do cook down quite a bit. So it's, you look at it and go, oh, it's going to be plenty of potatoes. And you're like, no, that's really not enough. I think we're good though right here. You want basically, at least I do, full weight in the bottom of the pan. We can actually get a little bit more in there. Skewered Universe, at least over-seasoning means you tried. Under-seasoning is as much a crime as not seasoning. This is very true. I have seen some cooking videos from people that look a lot like me who don't seem to own a spice rack. And I do not understand that. And I'm not just talking about the British. I'm kidding. Ooh. Y'all invented fish and chips. I do love fish and chips. So, a little more cleanup time. I'm starting to accumulate meaty debris on the counter here. Isn't that a fun phrase? Meaty debris? Meat debris. Salt is too spicy for them. Yeah, I've met some people like that. I got my salt tolerance for my mom, which is to say I can handle a lot of salt. And it is not good for me, especially at my age. But that is to say, if I think something's too salty, it could probably put down a horse. Went to one of those steakhouse chains last year sometime. I think it was. Sitting there eating my food, and I could feel the veins in my hands tightening up because of the sodium content of the what they call food. You get those little fun part about getting older is if you didn't listen to your body before, it's going to make you listen to it now. So, stay hydrated, stretch, sleep well. Oh, I need clothespin. Let's just take it back in the freezer where they belong. All right. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? These are very nearly cooked up. Yeah, look at the color on these is great. It's a little more orangey here in person, but that chorizo grease gave these a nice little color. Now, potatoes did a really good job of soaking up. Show you again. Really good job of soaking up the grease. But I need a little bit of oil now to make sure I don't scorch the eggs up. Oh, there, I got my handy dandy oil right here. Literally just enough to lubricate the pan. That should be good, if not a little extra. And we just get the eggs right on top of there. Yeah, buddy. Let that sit for a minute. While I clean a cup. Skewed Universe, Streets of Fat is fantastic for cooking potatoes. Very much agreed. Pippin is going with lemon pepper, Cajun, and jerk for the wings. Oh, excellent. Excellent choices. So, anybody else got any food plans for the day? I'd love to hear about them. After I eat these tacos, I'm going to have to fight off a food coma so I can watch All Out. Yeah. And another trick and tip here, just in case people don't cook a lot, especially breakfast foods. You can do it all in one pan. Make sure once you've got your proteins cooked up, you're going to want to turn that heat down, especially when you get time for the eggs. You can keep the heat up a little bit for the potatoes. You want to get them a little crispy on the outsides. That's perfectly fine. But you want your eggs cooking pretty low and slow. That way you got time to really stir them in there and keep them nice and fluffy, soft. And they stick to the pan less that way. You get a real hot pan, dump some eggs on there, they're going to flash fry to the bottom of the pan. I'm going to have a fun time cleaning that mess up. All right, I'm going to let these turn off the heat, let these sit a little bit longer, but there we go, basically, with the scrambled egg and potato mix. Skewed Universe agreeing with me. Yeah, scrambled eggs are so easy to overcook. I got my technique down for these. Get a little taste test there. Yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Get that off the heat. See, now is when I'll go back. I'll season the eggs, potato mix more than I will the meats. Just a nice dollop of salt and get the pepper in there. And yeah, I did season them before I put them in here, but not as heavily as I probably should have. I usually have grinders, sea salt and black pepper grinders. Just ran out, so I'm using the powdery stuff, and I don't have the muscle memory anymore for how much regular salt and pepper to use. All right. They're done in the pan. They're overcooked on the plate. Yep. So that's from Skewered Universe. Pippin says, you turn your back and you go from yummy eggs to dust. Yeah. Absolutely true. Yeah, I got these off the heat just in time. Get that. It's good stuff. That is going to be good stuff. All right, get the heat all the way off. Scrape up some of this. One of those flat cooktops. It's they're fine. That's fine. It's fine. This is fine. All right. So I got everything. Jeez. Let's put that down here. All right. There's a lot of flavor going on here. So we're going to be using a nice sharp cheddar to cut through it. And I'm basic. Mission tortillas. They're fine. They do the trick. Plate up some of this stuff. All right. While I get this going. Skewed Universe looks good, Chef House Daddy. Chef House Daddy. All right. Get my tortillas, get this plated up. Right here at the end, talk about All Out for a minute. Because that's the occasion. Let me get my. How does your? I got the card here. Share my screen. There we go. All right. All right, got the screen pulled up with the card. What do y'all think? What else picks? Let's go from the top. We go from the main event down. It's Hangman. It's still Hangman. He's not done yet. There's plenty of gas left in that tank. If you ask me, I don't know if anybody feels different. Maybe a shock win for Cole Fletcher, but I don't see that happening just yet. My tacos arranged here. Acting like I've only got one hand. Do 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 do. All right. here. Oh, yeah. I will clean all this up later. I know you see me spilling stuff. I'm not a professional chef. I just play one on Al Gore's interviews. Let's see what else. Definitely hanger. Pippin says definitely hanger. Skewed Universe, lots of hanger, or lots all hanger. Too soon to drop the strap. Fletcher needs a longer TNT title run. Yeah, fully agreed. Neither of them have really done everything they can with their current title, so it's pointless to change things up now. Not pointless, but unnecessary. Let's see. Then we're gonna have the Women's World Championship 4-way. I just don't see Toni Storm losing it unless, a fluky win. Yeah, and again, it's just I can see everybody else in the match holding the title soon, but not this way. Unless they use the fact that it is a 4-way match to kind of keep her protected in a loss. Still. After the Hollywood ending, her title reign really needs to end with something that big. That momentous of a match and a feud. I want to see it go out with a kind of a whimper or, fluke win from somebody else, anything like that. Skewed Universe says, we want either Stat or Hater getting it, but I'm leaning towards Hater to get that feedback on Storm. See, this thing, I want Hater to get it back, but not like this. I want it to be like just a straight up one-on-one, like, hey, I'm coming for vengeance. Which I think if they do it right, this is the match that leads into that. I could see them booking it that way. Pippin, I can't call the Women's Championship. I think Toni could lose it, but I don't know who would take it. Yeah, that's. Pretty well agree with that. Skewed Universe feels like a setup for Hater to get that match. Yeah, exactly. That's my thinking on it too. Give me my chat back. There we go. Now. There we go. And you see that. Get that back. Put the match card away for a second. Check that out. Oh, we got frozen. There we go. Meat Madness breakfast tacos. Let's give one of these bad boys a go. Get in here. All right. Oh, yeah. Insane. It's so good. Oh. Yeah, that turned out perfect. That exceeds my expectations tenfold. As far as I knew they were going to be good. Because how could they not be? But let me find the original post here. Check my phone. Oh yeah, it was Hambone on Threads initially suggested all three. Neon Ghost seconding that. So thank you both. Thanks for everybody that has tuned in, watch me cook. Pippin, those look amazing. Dude, they are. They are really good. What else is really good is this card for All Out. Where did we leave off? Okay. TBS Championship. Mercedes Mane, Riho. It's another one. I can see Riho taking the title, but not this quick, not immediately like this. Unless again it's just a fluky, cheap roll-up win out of nowhere. I don't know. I want again. Monet hasn't really had any meaty feuds. I want her to start losing titles when she's got a good feud going. And I just don't think this is it yet. It's going to have to happen sometime. It's going to have to happen eventually. But still a little bit more meat on the bone. Yes, I'm making as many meat jokes as I can while I do this. Get another bite here. Oh. I don't know if anybody else has anything to add to that match. Yeah, Pippin, no way Mercedes is losing, but it's going to be a bang down. It's going to be a great match. I think the main point of this match is to introduce a lot of the newer AEW fans to Riho. Coming in like people not as familiar with her and be like, this is the first women's champion? Like, she's tiny. But then you can see she's a bloodthirsty gremlin. And that's, who better to bring that out of her than Mercedes? Scooby Universe, they could book this as Mercedes underestimating Riho as an opponent. And listing that title, it's not that fair of a stretch since she's never faced Riho and how cocky Mercedes is. Yeah, I mean, that's entirely possible. That is a very likely thing they could do in the feud if they wanted to do a longer feud. Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if they went that direction. If Mercedes gets cocky and underestimates Riho and just loses that way. But we'll see. It's that was a tough one to call when you put it that way. When but it's just another one. I just want something more substantial. But they can build something more substantial off the back of it. So could go that way. Scooby Universe sets up for you to be okay with that. Riho was awesome, and I don't get the hate. Yeah. Kind of what I was just saying before you even read that. If they use this to spin a feud between the two, that's going to be that the long term storytelling. That that'd be a good way to go. I could see that. I could see that happening too. Skew Universe also they have Mercedes get disqualified, get desperate and get disqualified, which sets up the feud. That's another way to go. Yeah. She loses, doesn't lose the belt. Sets up another match. Do a no holds barred. Title can change hands on disqualification match. And just let those two scrap. Just really let them off the chain. What else have we got next? Here is it's so tiny over here on this little screen I'm using. Coffin match. Oh, Moxley, Darby, coffin match. This is gotta be. I say this knowing how they book Moxley though. I say it's got to be Darby's match. Like, it's Darby's match. It's a coffin match, obviously. But this feels like everything they've been building up the Darby-Moxley feud to be about. The blow-off in the coffin match. But we've said for a while now, every time Mox has had a big feud, especially with that title run, well, it's got to be the one. This has got to be the one. And he Death Riders his way out of it. We'll see how that goes. I'm looking forward to that match. That's going to be a very all-out match. Pippin says Darby has to take this. Yeah. And when I say this is a very all-out match, like All Out's always been the traditionally, I guess, All In's the send the fans home happy pay-per-view. And you get to All Out, and that's the this is getting rough. Pippin says it's going to get ugly. It will get ugly because it is that All Out. Skew Universe, this is Darby making good on his promise to take it all from John, which means the Death Riders are going to abandon Mox during this match. That's how I feel. Pippin says, I think Orange Cassidy could come back. And Skewered, the only thing John has left is Death Riders. If they leave, Darby is successful. Yeah. They play it right. There's so many storyline possibilities, potential, ways to spin this off. OC comes back, costs Moxley the match. It pays off the beginning of the Death Riders angle when you saw Darby and Orange Cassidy being like, kind of trying to lead the troops. Seeing Moxley get his comeuppance, break up the band there, but they just put Garcia in. So where does that go? All right, what else do we got on the card? Let me go to the bigger screen here. We've got a three-way. Takeshita, Okada, Dorado. This is Takeshita for me. I wouldn't put money on it, but I got a good feeling that this is Takeshita coming up, taking the next big step forward. I like Okada. I really do. But it's time for him. It's time for him to drop that belt. He's had it. He's done what he could with it. It's the new belt. Immediately looked more prestigious. It looks great on him. Having old Scarhead, Don Callis come out with the other two belts behind him is one of my favorite heel manager things. Somebody a while back said he should do that if Okada wins that wins those 3 belts. I don't remember who. That was me. I am a genius. Thank you, Sickos Club, for that. Yeah, I really do think. I think it's Takeshita. Oh, Skewered Universe. Oh, where we go? Pippin agrees with me. It's Takeshita. Takeshita face turn. Skewered Universe. Okada wins by nefarious means. Don Callis family turn on Taka, maybe setting up the C2, where Taka wins the title, just destroying the tournament. Maybe after becoming the IWGP. That's good though too. I'm not mad at that at all. That's the way they do it. I mean, this year's C2 is going to be it's going to be something special. Last year's was great, but this year, this coming up one, I'm real excited for that. It feels like that was when AEW really started firing on all cylinders, like really started picking up a lot of momentum. I don't know why people don't like tournaments. They don't tell stories. Like, you're not paying attention then. So many stories came out of that. It was a great tournament. So, yeah. Only last thing about this match, and I just feel bad for Dorada. Am I saying that right? Because I don't want to say he's just in there to take the pin, but that's kind of what it is. It's the only, it keeps either of the other two looking good because they don't get pinned. But it gets another lucha on the card, so that's always a good thing. That is never, I'll never say anything against having that happen. The big tag team match. Oh, this is going to be fun. Pippin, we get a women's C2 this time. Same. That is sorely lacking, honestly. Okay, the big tag match here. Let me zoom in here. All right. I think Brodito keeps it. I do. I want them to keep it. I'm not, I don't see any reason to hurry to take it off of them. The Bucks don't need it again right now. Alexander and Hechicero, they're both in Don Callis family, but they're not a tag team. Jet Speed, that'd be a lot of fun. If Rodito doesn't keep it, I want to see it go to Jet Speed. Because I think that's a good way to start building up the younger tag teams. And who would have seen Jet Speed be in a tag team, or Brodito for that matter? That was great, just random ideas. Flash in the pan, hey, we got these guys, they'll go together. I know, Bandito and Brody been friends before; they already knew each other. So that wasn't as much when the story, but Speedball comes in and I just blanked on his name. Jet Speed, they come in separately. And they give great showings right out of the gate, and then they're put together. You're why are they putting them together? And they go, oh, I get it. Yeah, cool. I'm not going to doubt you, Mr. Snowman. Pippin probably Brodito, but I wouldn't be mad if Jet Speed won. Yeah, same. Misfit Mass agreed. Brodito. Yeah. That leads us to tax and tables. Was it tables? Yeah, tables and tax. Skewed Universe jumping in. Brodito's the best random guys put together tag team I've seen. Jet Speed just seemed to mesh right away. Yeah, it's. Somebody's brought it up before on some other thing I was listening to that Tony Khan just has a way of looking at two people and going, I'm going to see what that works. See how that. I got a feeling about those two or those three or whatever. Skewed Universe, Brodito to win. Yeah. Agreed on all counts. I think everybody. Tables and tax. MJF, Mark Briscoe. This is going to be fun. This is going to be fun and violent, and I'm going to probably be cringing and laughing all the way through it. Honestly. I think Mark wins this one, and I think it's time for him to start racking up some like marquee wins, some good we've got some momentum behind this guy now. Skewed Universe, that's how we got the Acclaimed. Yeah, the Acclaimed, just two random guys got put together and made magic out of it. I didn't realize they weren't a team on the Indies together and come up, at the same time. But I do see, try to get back to it. Briscoe getting the win over MJF. And I said it with less confidence after seeing clips from CMLL show. Skewed Universe, I hate Thumbtack so much, but damn, I love Mark Briscoe. I think he has to win this. I mean, he was almost set on fire. Pippin says this could go either way, but I would love to see Briscoe win. It's got to be a Briscoe win, and I wouldn't be surprised if Hangman just sort of like shows up just long enough to distract MJF. Doesn't like get involved, but just kind of makes his presence known. But then you don't need that. I think it'll probably do more for Briscoe to get a clean win. No outside interference or anything. Just as clean a win as you can get with tables and thumbtacks. These tacos continue to be great, by the way, in case anybody's wondering. What else do we have on the card? Oh, yeah. Almost missed a couple things there. We'll get to that. We'll get to Eddie and Big Bill in a minute. Skewed Universe, I think MJF is the Mercedes, and the fact he also tends to underestimate opponents like Mark because he thinks he's better than everyone. And you know it. Yeah, I mean, that's fully agree. Like, I don't really have anything to add to that. It's perfectly said. Dead on. Exactly right. So that'll lead us into FTR and CNC Music Factory. Cookin, Christian, FTR. It's in Canada, and it's Edge and Christian back together for the first time in forever. I don't see FTR pulling win on this one. Unless you just really want the heat. And you're going to get a lot of heat if FTR picks up the win on this one. I wouldn't want to make that decision. I also really want. So Dax got his nose broke by a real stiff microphone shot. So two things. Christian's going to get a receipt probably for that. But I want to see Dax come out in one of Harley Cameron's cat masks to protect his nose. I know I'm not the first person to say that, but that's too good. That's too good a chance to pass up. What's next? There we go. Skewered CNC purely because it's in Canada. I can't read it now. Where'd it go? Because in Canada and that nostalgia pop of them finally having a moment after they win. FTR seems like the kind of guys who would be excited to take this loss because they love CNC so much. Yeah, you know, putting that kind of stuff into play for it. Absolutely. It's going to be a fun match. It's going to be interesting to see two kind of different generations of tag team wrestling and how the styles mix. I think overall it's going to be good. I think it's a good first opponent. It's a great first opponent for CNC if they're going to do more tag team stuff because it's FDR. They're not super, fast flippy dudes, so it's going to give let's be honest. Cookin and Christian are a little older, a little lost a set maybe, but having a pretty heated feud with these two, being able to work like a grounded, violent match is going to be the way to go. I think it's a good first opponent. Scooby Universe, as long as Coke doesn't go jumping off anything higher than the middle rope, we're good. Yeah. Stay on your feet, buddy. Stay on your feet. Pippin. Hope we get some Cope and Christian goofiness. Yeah, I think about mid-match you're going to see them start really getting on the same page and enjoying each other, each other's company again. And to see a little bit of that come out. I would like to see them back into each other. Have a reason for them to back into each other in the middle of the ring and accidentally do a 5-second pose. Not really wink about it, but just kind of like people that know will get it. Yeah, that match is going to be a lot of fun. They're all going to be a lot of fun. But you know what I mean. We'll make sure we don't miss this. The return of the King. Eddie Kingston, Big Bill. Come on. How is this not going to be good? Yeah, crowd's going to be hot for Eddie Kingston coming back. And yeah, good. It seems so random, but I think still another good first opponent. It'd be a fun just beat down match. Nothing fancy about it. Scooby Universe. I think we're going to get Cope trying to get Christian to have fun at the beginning, and then in the middle of the patriarch a-hole mask will slip. Yeah. Almost definitely. Yeah, we're on the same page with that. For sure. Scooby Universe again. Kingston's going to get that win for sure. You can't have him get called out just to lose. He's a legit New York tough guy. Yeah. Absolutely. This is... it's the return of the King. He's not going to lose this match. Pippin, Eddie's going to murderize Large William. Yeah, it's going to be fun watching him just chop down that big oak tree. Or what was he called? What was his learning tree nickname? I already wiped most of that from my memory. I think it was the Redwood. Skew Universe. I'm so happy Eddie Kingston is back. I've missed that guy so much. Same. Like, most legit dude in wrestling. Like, he's just... I've known so many Eddie Kingstons in my life. Like, just people like that. That mix of, like, weird self-esteem issues. But it was the Redwood Skew Universe says. Eddie Kingston's, weird self-esteem issues mixed with, but I got this one thing I'm real good at, and I got to do this. I got to make, something with this. Mixed with just like a temper and a violent streak. Real relatable dude. Like, guy needs a world title sooner than later, I would say. I mean, there's so many people lining up for that, though. It's kind of hard to see where he'd slide in, but it's short reign between two pay-per-views, just to have him get it and hold it for a while. Because like I said, he's still relatable. There's like 1,000 Eddie Kingstons in every major city you go to. Well, Skew Universe, plus he's such a wrestling nerd in his own right that it's endearing. Yeah, that's right, too. And follow him on Threads, and he's just always posting like old All Japan matches. Like, it's so. And again, by being relatable and like the Eddie Kingston type person, everyone I've met also has that one, that one special interest that you wouldn't believe that guy is into. For Eddie Kingston, it's All Japan and stuff like that. Some guys it's like, anime or, I knew a guy was really into cooking. He was a good cook. That was his like thing, but you look at him, you're like, that dude can't microwave a hot pocket. I'm real excited for Eddie Kingston. Who is Skew Universe, man? I need to figure out how to get this pay-per-view. I mean, I'm not telling you to do this, but you take to the high seas, Buccaneer. Where is this next one? Pippin, I would have him with the TNT title, defending it every week on TV. I mean, I would too. I mean, it's, you can always, he's a guy you can always put a mid-card title on, and it's going to be legit. But I want it, at least for, like I said, a month or two between pay-per-views. Just a little run with the world. The men's world. Skew Universe Kingston would be the perfect TNT champ. I mean, yeah, like again, I don't disagree. Like it was the Open Challenges that he debuted in, so a good full circle moment right there. You get a long run with that one. A lot of good TV title defenses. I'll be happy with that. All right. Moving on through the card. Oh, the trios match. Yeah. Ricochet, Gates of Agony versus Hurt Syndicate. I think Ricochet and GOA take this one. I really do. Oh, Skew Universe in. He does deserve a world title shot. I would have loved to see him take it off Mox, but injuries. Yeah, that would have been a good match just because of those two. That would have been a good place to get it onto him. The trios match. Yeah, I think Gates of Agony and Ricochet take this one. I think this feud's built to to build them up and make them, especially Gates of Agony, look like a formidable presence in the card. Screw the Universe, I'm with you on that. I think GOA and Ricochet get the win here. Ricochet finally getting his retribution for being humiliated. Yeah, and it's, that ties into the story. Long-term story of Ricochet and the Hardy Boys. I think I'm trying to think of how I would book the match itself. I mean, I'd just go clean win, cleanish win. I think Ricochet gets the pin on MVP. That's what I think. Pippin, going to be weird to see MVP in the ring. I hope he gets his ass kicked. Skewed Universe, I wonder if MVP takes the pin here and Lashley and Benjamin start to question his leadership. Yeah. Exactly. I think that's a good way to go with it. Especially if Ricochet pins it. That's really going to make both of them go, is he really everything, that he said he was going to be? Pippin, yes, please. Yeah. So that's what else? There's a lot of stuff here. Oh, that's the main card. That's the main card, all wrapped up. There's the pre-show stuff, the tailgate brawl. Garcia Shibata, I think Garcia just because he's got a new thing going. Let's see. I can't even read this. Oh, Workhorseman and Ops. It's the Ops. I don't. And then the women's match, I'm going to give it to the Faces. I think that match probably opens. Either opens or closes the pre-show. And I think you give the win to the face team. And that's the happiest thing on the entire card. Because it's all out. Well, Skewed Universe, I just want GOA to get a big push, hoping that comes from being with Ricochet. Yeah, I think that's what we're getting here. If you had told me when Ricochet debuted in NXT that he was going to be the mouthpiece of a faction in a totally separate wrestling promotion with major distribution deals, I'm like, you're insane. Like, what do you... No. Skewed Universe, Joe and Hobbs are going to destroy the Workhorsemen. That's like throwing guppies into the Shark Tank. Yeah, I misread that. I glanced at it. I thought you said throwing puppies. And I was like, I don't want anybody throwing puppies. Throwing guppies into Shark Tank. Yeah, that's just... I don't even know why that's... Like, what that came from. If I missed something where that match even came from. But it's going to be a fun little squasher for the Ops. Pippin, when are we getting the women's blood and guts match? I don't know. That is next pay-per-view? It's got to be. Like, they've got to do every combination of this other than the one everybody wants. So it's just got to be a big, massive blood and guts spectacle with all the players involved. Let's see. Skewed Universe, Ricochet shown WWE had no idea how to use him other than he does flippy stuff. Yeah, he does flippy stuff. We put the speed title on him, and he sells really well, so we'll just feed him to whoever we need to put some wins behind. And that was the story of at least main roster Ricochet. NXT treated him a little better. I'll give him that. Not much else, but I'll give them that. But yeah, that's All Out, and that is Scooter Universe. We need Women's Blood and Guts, then a Women's C2. Oh, also the damn Women's Tag Tournament. Yeah. I mean, hopefully that, the rest of this year and the beginning of next year sets all that up and gets it in motion. That's kind of the last card to play in this sort of AEW renaissance that we've been experiencing. Probably taking too long to play the card, but as long as it gets played and, there's enough other cards in the hand to support it, I think that's next. I do. What's next for me is I'm going to clean up this kitchen, and I'm going to get ready for All Out. You'll probably see me on social media, on Threads, live threading, talking about it as the show goes. I have been Kurt Jangle. This has been Cookin' with Kurt. It's not the pregame. Pregame, some Fridays, most Fridays, 7 p.m. Central on YouTube and Twitch at Kurt Jangle. TheOnlyAdultOnTheInternet.com. I'll get you to all the links, including the Patreon. Scooter Universe, I just want women to be booked equal to the men because they've proven they deserve it. They've more than proven it. They have, absolutely knocked down the door and shown everybody what they can do. And Scooter Universe, adios, house, Eddie, adios, Scooter Universe, Pippin, Misfit Mess, anybody else I didn't see. I know Zerpy was in here earlier. If I missed your name, I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep up as best I can. With like a double camera set up and moving all around here. If you like this, if you like the cooking thing, or just like this more like standing around chatting kind of thing, let me know. Just always trying to, evolve what I'm doing here. And just have fun with it, keep it loose. Anyway, like I said, onlyadultOnTheInternet.com. That's got all the links you need from me. And I will see you very soon. Thank you. Love you. Bye.